especially when I was hustling for promotions. We're trying to fill that volume. So everything Melanie just said, you want to go with that. You want to message as many people as you can with the host to post. The text is all there for you. Send out to all of your friends. Don't be afraid. The worst they can say is no. Send out, hey, I got a question for you. Hey, I got a question for you. I know it looks and feels awkward, but they don't know what you're doing. They don't know that you're sending it to mass people either. So they just think you're sending it to them, and it's a personal conversation between the two of you. And that's how you have to kind of look at it also. When you're having that conversation with someone, hey, I have a question for you, and they respond, are you interested in some free product? And you put that down, and they're interested, and then they get into whatever the host to post is, either for the cleanse or for the coffee. Both of them have worked really well. Obviously, the cleanse has worked better for me in my situation, but they get interested, and it becomes personal. And then you get to message from friends of friends, and then when they see, it just snowballs. Melanie, you'd probably be able to explain that better.
Sorry, I'm going back and forth so we don't have that feedback, so I'm muting and unmuting. Okay, here is the absolute key to success with host to post, besides the thing of just doing it. Okay, you have to do it. And after all this time, I will admit this is my Facebook friends list. Print your Facebook friends list. Print it. I will put instructions in the message group. Print it. And then my goal every day right now is to message all of these people, every single one of them. If they're not already a distributor, or if they're a customer, if they're not already a distributor, I send them, hey girl, I've got a question for you, to every single person on this. Let me tell you what happens for me if I only do 2 people. If I pick 2 people from this list and sent, hey, I've got a question for you, and they don't respond back to me, then I'm like, oh, I suck. It's bad. Nobody wants to talk to me. Let me tell you what happens. Let's say I do 5, and 2 don't respond, and 2 say, I'm not interested. Or they say, what do you want? And I send them the question, and then they're like, no, I don't want to do that. I suck. Nobody wants to do this with me. Make a bigger ratio of people. You've got to send more than a handful. I don't want you guys to misunderstand me, because the point of this business is we have a life too. But let me tell you, you can send 60 to 70, and text replacement in my keyboard is amazing. I literally type HAP1 for host to post 1 in text replacement, and it automatically fills with, hey girl, I've got a question for you. And then I type HAP2, and it comes with, I've got this really big favor to ask. I'm wondering if you would host a post. I have that all in my text replacement. And if you want to know how to do that, I'm happy to go through that with you. Or you can Google it, or forever, whatever your phone is. But make this easy for you, because you want to be doing that 60 or 65 people at least a day. And that shouldn't take you longer than 15 to 20 minutes. Sit down, turn the TV on. Your kid takes a nap. You've got 15 minutes in the morning before people get up or whatever. It is so much easier if you can send a bulk amount. I don't even respond back, by the way. People will be getting back to me while I'm sending my, hey girl, I've got a question for you. And I don't respond back, because I know in my head I need to get that all out. And then I walk away. This is however it works for you. I'm just saying, if you're in the middle of sending these posts to post and you're feeling all the icks because you're reaching out to people and they might reject you, 1, you need to do it more. You need to send a bulk amount. And 2, you need to walk away for a minute. Do your, hey girl, I've got a question for you. Walk away and come back, and then take a deep breath and send all of your, I've got a jumbo favor to ask, and do that to anyone that responded to that. And then walk away again, okay? It is really not that big of a deal, and the more you do it, the more it will feel better. But you've got to do it, because I'm going to give you an example. You send 100, hey girl, I've got a question for you. Of those people, maybe 50 come back and say, what do you want? Okay, and they're not mean about it, but they're like, yeah, what's up, or whatever. And you get 50 of those back. Of those 50 people, 25 of them might say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll host a post for you. And of those 25, maybe 10 to 15 actually get some kind of response from their friends list, because that's very normal too. You're going to have a lot more people make this host a post and nobody comments on it. That is completely normal. But of those, then you might have 5 or whatever that have a big response on there. And then of those people that respond, you're going to have a fraction of those that sign up as a loyal customer. But I'm telling you what, if I knew from the get-go that I was going to send 100 messages and I was going to end up with 6 or 7 LCs out of those 100 messages, I mean, all day, because that probably took me a total time of an hour, start to finish, all done, all messages included and everything. For an hour, I just signed 6 to 7 LCs. And that is beyond my quota, because remember, every month we're shooting for 3 DTs and 4 LCs. That surpassed, almost doubled my quota for LCs for the month in 1 hour of work for the month. That is why Host to Post is so gold. So moving next to that, we want to be expanding your network, and Host to Post does that in itself, because you get all these new people. You're using networks outside of your own to build your business, and the people that comment or like on those Host to Posts become your new friends. You're adding them as a friend request, and even if they're not buying right now, they're going to buy in the future. They're going to start watching you, and so you're going to keep posting every day because they're going to be watching to see what the heck you're talking about. For instance, I signed a girl who actually signed up on a Host to Post, signed up for Cleanse, and then saw my hair, skin, and nails post 2 days later and signed up for hair, skin, and nails and ordered that as a totally separate order. They're going to be watching you whether they sign up as an LC or not, and so you need to keep posting. Those are 3 crucial components. And then I want you guys to make sure you're adding to your network, because those new ads are going to also be new Host to Post people. But for most of us, I know I started with 75 friends on Facebook, so I was going to run through that in 1 day. But most of us right now on here, you've got more friends than that. If you're sitting right now with 200 to 300 friends on Facebook, you're going to run through that in about a week. If you're doing, if you're doing what I'm telling you to, 50 to 60 a day, you're going to run through that in a week, which means that you need to start adding to your friends list now. Go to your friends, go to their friends list. I love Erica. Go to your friends, go to their friends list and look for mutuals. If you have 5 or more mutuals, not between the 2 of you, but between their friends. If you have 5 or more mutuals with somebody, send them, and they're not already doing a business and they don't look like a creep and they're not like profanity all over their page. Those are things I look for personally. Send them a friend request, because those people, it's the same way. You could send 30 friend requests and maybe 10 of them accept your friend request. Okay. That is how it is. And then those new 10 people start watching you. And then in about a week or 2, you're going to be like, hey, I've got a question for you. Okay. Tony, anything to add? Because I know
So just like you were saying, just to rewind a little bit more about messaging 2 to 3 people. If you had a brick and mortar corner store, would you only want to advertise to 2 or 3 people? No, you're going to want to advertise to as many people as you want. And basically your Host to Post are free advertising to as many people as you can get out there. Just think, every Host to Post you get, everyone that they're friends with is seeing that. So it's just endless of how many people can, be interested in that. I used to feel that ick that you're talking about, like when I would get a few no's and I would be like, oh, I don't know if I could do this. But you get over that once you send more than 1 or 2. And you send 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, or like you said, 60. Because you get more than, a couple people saying no. You get like a bunch of people saying yes, and then you don't even care who says no, because you're like, okay. Those people that say no, though, like you said, they stay with you. They watch what you're doing. Just as you were talking about that, I've had 3 messages come in on my messenger about, okay, I just saw your post. What's up with this now? Because they've stayed with me and they've watched what I'm doing, and I've stayed personal with them. I've commented on their pictures and just been real with them. I haven't been mean if they said no for the post, or I haven't, I wouldn't be mean anyway, but I haven't written them off, I just kind of stayed with them. And they've stayed with me in return. And like I said, I've gotten a lot of orders that way. So as far as the friends of the friends, stay like that. Stay on friends with them. And that didn't make any sense. Stay friends with them. And then, like you said, they're mutual friends, 5 or more mutual friends, and they don't look like crazies. Just, message or, reach out to them, friend request them, and go from there. And then maybe ask them a couple weeks or maybe a couple days. I've even done 2 days after liking some posts. Hey, would you want to help me out and post on your page? And they would do it. So that, it's just about personal. For me, it's helped being personal with people. They always want to help once you're personal.
I really feel like, guys, oh wait. Yeah, did I do it? Can you just hear me? Like, now I'm like, mute, unmute. Which one should I pick? I spent the bulk of my business up until now. Okay. We go through shifts, whereas I was in the beginning messaging only for LCs and no DTs. And what was I enrolling? All LCs, no DTs. So then about 2 months in, I started messaging for DTs. I have still, not until Host to Post is such a game changer for everyone. It's not just us. It's not just Tony. It is for everyone. And if you are not using it to build your volume, you are missing out major. I also caution you against not posting and not messaging about Host to Post. I've never tried if you're saying to yourself, I've never tried the cleanse before. How can I ask someone to try? This is why you want people to try it. Now, I will say Tony posted today some amazing results, but she was not posting that. The 79 LCs she signed in June and July had nothing to do with her results. They had no idea. Sorry, I'm like, let me unmute you because I know you're saying something.
I signed 36 cleanses before I used one.
See, they don't care. They may ask, and it's so important, guys, to get your own results and try the product. That is crucial. But you do not have to wait to do that before you maximize it. That's silly.
Because you could be getting your product credit in the meantime, and you could be trying the products.
Yes.
And I know in the beginning I was exactly like that. I didn't want to sell something I didn't know about. But we have people on our team that have tried the products, and if you want to ask them the results, if you want to see before and afters, we have all that with people. Just ask higher.
Yep. Reach up and don't hold yourself back for that, because you can bring people along with you on your journey as you go along instead of waiting. I had never tried a single thing when I started this business, and it was 6 months before I balled up enough to try the cleanse. Okay. So, and I had sold plenty of cleanses prior to that. The point of this is not to sell a bunch of things that you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. The point of this is to inform yourself as to what it does, how it works, how it's worked for other people. And then you're going to have those people give you feedback and get a discount for telling you what they think. And then it turns into these amazing feelings where you get these posts, these messages from people that say,
just got one.
My gosh, I lost 4 pounds in 2 days. They feel amazing. And so then you can share their results as well. And it just keeps snowballing that way. So
not to mention, I mean, anywhere I look, I have products now because I love the products. I mean, I have defining gel, I have the toner, I have the shake, I have and I feel great. Like, I'm not BSing in my posts. Like, I feel great. So that's, I don't know, it's just one more bonus. You're making money. You're making people's lives different and changing, and
you feel awesome.
You have so many people with the Host to Posts. It's crazy.
Yeah. Kayla, I know. My page is public too. Kayla said my page is public. I get so many random groups friending me. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. The block button is my favorite. You're gonna get it. And honestly, the benefits far outweigh the rest of it. I do not accept everyone if they are already working a business. There are different schools of thought here. I tend to block them because I know, but Jessica Harsha accepts them as a friend request because she lets them watch her journey. Like, they might switch over to her, or if they're selling toothpaste, they might try one of her products because, of course, we don't have a toothpaste. I have had a different experience. I get to be very, very protective of my friends list and people going through my posts. And like, I had 50 or some likes on a post this morning. So when my friends are private, they can still go into that post and friend request all the people that liked a post of mine. And so if they're already doing a business, I'm always normally like, you friend request. I know the drill. I know you're probably only friend requesting me because you're expanding your network, and I don't want to see that. I want to see people who are looking for a business to start on their own. So it's whatever it feels like to you, right? I mean, whatever that person feels, whatever that vibe is giving off. Now, I also have, because my page is public, I have a follower count. If you go to my Facebook page, you can see blah, blah, blah has blah, blah followers. If I get, normally it's men, and they don't look too creepy, right? It's just a guy, okay? I don't know. I normally delete the friend request, and then it goes as a follower. So if your page is public, you have that as an option. So then they have the opportunity, and I do have this, my Facebook stories, I can see how many people have seen. I don't want to get too off topic. Okay, we've got time. On my Facebook stories, I can see who saw my story, and then it'll say 23 followers. So I can't see the names. So I know that my followers are seeing my everyday posts. They're seeing my stories and things like that. And then if they want to message me, I know where that message request is, and they still have the opportunity to message me, but I don't need to see their content popping up to me, so I don't need them as a friend. That it's just kind of a judgment call on how their page feels to you when you get a friend request like that. But again, like, you don't need to have people on your page to make you feel uncomfortable. So don't do that to yourself if you're feeling funky, or your husband feels funky. It's another valid point. If your man is feeling a little weird about it, it's not worth it. Let it go. So anyway, okay. I feel like yesterday we did that live in the team page, and you guys are welcome. If you're watching this later, you're welcome to go back and look at that. Of course, I started recording late. After I got done talking and Tony started, I started when the important stuff was happening. So in the very beginning of this Zoom, guys, I was outlining the how you do host a post in general. I will put the instructions in Diamond Dreams on literally what you send and when you send it. If you want some more help in the actual structure, like the actual process of that, message me or whatever, and we can go into that, because obviously I didn't start recording until Tony started talking. But I really feel like this today has been much more cohesive. I think it gets our point across a lot better than yesterday's live did. So thank you for taking time to come back and talk about the same. So if you guys have any questions about Host to Post, if you are feeling the icks, if you are having somebody, respond back to you that is negative or mean, I have not had that, but y'all, someone's going to say something that triggers you. Reach out to us. Reach out to me or whatever, because, or tell whatever. If you are feeling bad about something, the worst thing you can do is hold on to it, because I guarantee we've had the experience already, and we can knock you off the ledge. Okay. So, for the most part, this business is so positive, but there's always going to be haters and people that like to be their little their keyboard or their phone. So just know that you are awesome, and don't let one negative or one hater or one no response hold you back from utilizing this, because this is what's going to get you. If you are not a 400 box yet, I promise you, this gets you to 400.
Yes.
It does so much more than that, because it can get you to Ruby. It can get you to Emerald. It's going to get Tony to Emerald. Okay. It is going to get me to double. All right. Like this is a volume booster like that. So your very first goal is to get your 4 or 5 customers to get that product credit. I want you to get the free product. Your second goal is to get to be a 400 box. That means your GV is 400. And if you need help finding that in your eSuite, reach out to me. I can help you find that to find out what your current volume is. Your second goal, or your third goal then, is your first promotion. Okay. It is executive. It is Ruby. There is $1,000 Ruby bonus, guys.
Woohoo!
Do that with this Host to Post. Okay. So I don't have anything else to add. I feel like we answered. Anybody, I'm going to give you guys a second to type in questions, or just unmute yourself and you can ask the question. I want to make sure we get anything before we get off here.
Yes.
Executive is before Ruby. Executive is 2 distributors underneath you. Ruby is, I'm gonna grab somebody's old chart. Executive would be this Michael, and then 2 people underneath Michael. And then Ruby is 3 people on your top line. And so remember, when you build executive, that would be like this Melissa going Michael and Olivia. And then so when you go for Ruby, you're just adding 3 people. And maybe this person is adding their own to get to executive. It all builds on each other.
Am I unmuted or no?
You are unmuted. Yep, I can hear you.
I don't think the only thing I didn't mention that I mentioned yesterday was just going back to your hosted post on your wall before you get rid of them and hide them, just to make sure if anyone liked them or anything like that, just to go back and double check and message those people.
I love that. I also, when I had a bunch of hosted posts, I'm going to go to my Facebook page and see if I can show this to you guys. I have recently changed my settings so that I have to approve any tag, okay? So what happens is, let me see if I can show it. Okay. So do you guys see where it says, where pending posts? Right now it says 18 pending posts. What happens is, even when Trista tagged me, we did something earlier in the week, she tagged me, I had to go and approve that tag. When that is the case, you don't have to hide anything from your timeline. Okay? They can tag you. I'm sorry, and it's not even, it's timeline review. It is, and I will look and see how I did that because I can't remember the exact process. It's in the settings, and I'll look up that. But what happens is, when I click on the 19 pending posts, all of my posts are right there, and I can see more, and then I can go back and make sure I like friend request. You know, there are things that you can, hold on, who's we're sitting right here. There is a sheet that if you want it, I can send it to you. It is a way of tracking your hosted post. So it has their name, the name, the person that hosted it, the product, then anybody that liked or commented, if you sent them a friend request, if you messaged them, and if you sold a product to them. It's one way of organizing it, but a notebook would work. It's just fine. Again, I haven't even been using that. I've been using my pending friend request because I can just go through here and scroll, and I'm getting notifications on an older one. I will send that in the group message. I will put this in there as well. And the privacy setting for the host-to-post scripts, like the timeline review, to do it the way I do it, I will make sure that I put the instructions for that in there. In regard to the neighbors' mailboxes, I wouldn't, because I would want to hand it to them directly, and I wouldn't want people to get irritated that I was like spamming them. So when I'm just talking about me personally, when I get to my mailbox and I've got some lawn care company, I'm like, take a hike. Like, no, thank you. Like, I don't like it when you leave stuff on my mailbox, and I don't like it when you leave it on my front door. So I know, and they're, you know, again, it's a gamble for them because they're going to hit 200 homes. Maybe 2 of them will do it.
Yeah.
On the car irritates me too, though, Erica. I know. I like where your head is, but I would be more inclined to walk over to your neighbor and in person say,
yeah,
I would love to show you this keto coffee that we've got. Do you want to like try it? I mean, I'm not even kidding. I was going diamond, and I walked to my neighbors' houses, and the 2 that I gave samples to are still not customers to this day. Another one, though, I was talking with at the pool, and she ordered wraps for like 10 months straight. So you just never know. Okay. But I would not, that's called, oh my gosh, there's a name for it. It's called ninja blitzing. And it's like if you're at the library and you take a bunch of your blitz cards and you shove them in a bunch of books and put them back on the shelf. Okay. Why? Like, what are you hitting with that? Or you're in the bathroom stall at the grocery store and you stick it on the toilet paper holder. I mean, okay. That to me is similar on cars and mailboxes and things. I know, Kayla. I said the same thing when I heard that. I was like, people do that?
I've never heard of that.
That ain't a thing for me, and it's not something I coach. That's really funny. Erica said she got one in a diaper box. So people do it, but no thanks for me. It's just not my way. But I'm not saying my way is the only way. So you think your neighbors would be cool with that? What up, dude? Okay, so that's all I've got, guys. Again, I will put all that stuff. I'll work on that and get that all into the Diamond Bounty today. And then, of course, when I get this uploaded, it'll be my YouTube page, and I'll put the link in Diamond Bound as well. All righty. Okay.
Hey.
Sounds good. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.